ordered some of Amazon's most tempting fall decor to find out which actually looks high-end and what only looks good in the listing photos. Some of these affordable finds completely transformed my rooms. One splurge item comes with a story that is very close to my heart, and one highly rated product was so disappointing that I immediately sent it back. So today we're going to see what deserves a place in an elevated fall home and which ones you should absolutely skip. And we're starting right here in the bedroom because the first 3 pillow covers created the foundation for this entire space. So our first one is this embroidered pumpkin lumbar pillow cover, and I got it in both orange and the tan kind of brown color. I ended up going with the orange, and this is really high-end looking. It's really high quality. It's got a raised texture to it, and at $12.99, that's a fantastic price because this is something that you could definitely envision purchasing from a store like Pottery Barn. So this is definitely the most obviously fall of the 3 that I'm going to be sharing with you right now. Okay, so behind this, I wanted to set a larger stage, and that is, I started with some rust-colored Euro shams. These are 26 inches by 26 inches, and these also are so beautiful. These larger rust-colored covers are really doing a different job. They are not necessarily fall pillows, and that is exactly why I was drawn to them. This is one of my favorite ways to make a seasonal decorating feel more expensive. Let most of the room suggest the season, and then use 1 or 2 pieces that actually announce it. But I still wanted one more layer that would bring in the rust tones to the rest of the bedroom and kind of tie in some of the creams that are already existing in my bedroom. And that was these neutral cognate vintage floral pillow covers. And by the way, all of these pillow covers are super affordable. A lot of them, in fact, I would say most of them come in sets of 2, and so you really get a lot of bang for the buck that way. But these particular pillow covers bring in a softer, more romantic side of fall. The cognate, the cream, the muted botanical tones feel warm and seasonal, but not so specific that the bedroom suddenly feels like a fall explosion. Now, pulling all of the pillows together, what I really loved about this combination is that each pillow is doing something different. The large rust pillows create warmth and scale. The floral adds that collected old world character, and the embroidered pumpkin pillow just gives us that one clear seasonal moment. And then if you took it away and put something else, it could be any time of the year. But together they make the bedroom feel cozy and intentional rather than simply decorated for fall. With a pillow combination in place, I wanted to add one final layer that would carry those same warm nostalgic colors upon the wall, and that is where this fall artwork comes into play. So pretty, right? Did you know you could order canvas from Amazon? Well, you can. I ordered this autumn landscape to place inside the frame that I already own, which is one of the easiest ways to refresh your artwork for the season without buying an entirely new framed piece for every time. Okay, so I love this. This is actually from my digital art collection, and I lightened it up a little bit in Canva to make it a little bit more soft in here. The original one was a little bit more intense. I love the softness of it, and I think landscape prints are really in right now. Wallpaper murals, oversized things like that. And this is like a play on that, but with the moodiness of the fall season. And I love fall, and we don't really get to experience a whole lot of that here in Florida. But this also gives me the perfect opportunity to say thank you. I recently added a whole collection of new digital prints on my website, and the response was like so overwhelming. Also, we plan to add and revamp the website, so keep checking back. As of filming today, I added nearly 2 dozen more images to the collection just last night. I have loved seeing your comments and hearing which ones you chose, and thank you so much for supporting my digital artwork collection and for letting a little piece of Design to the Nines become part of your home. And because we are officially getting into the fall decorating, all of my fall themed digital prints are currently 25% off. Now through the end of August, just use the code FALL25 at checkout. You can print them in any size that works for you, but they are formatted for a 16 by 20. So change out your artwork without storing another large piece and create a completely new seasonal look very affordably. Also, just as a little side note, because this artwork has like a painterly textured finish, some print services, including Walgreens, may show a low resolution warning when uploading the file. This can happen because the system is reading the brush stroke or the vintage texture differently than a standard photograph. So go ahead and print it out anyways. It is designed to have a soft vintage painted look and will still print beautifully as was intended. Now, I clearly did not stop with the 3 pillow covers that are in my bedroom here. I found several more for the family room and breakfast nook, but these take the fall look in a slightly different direction. So let's check these ones out. Okay, up first are these rust tobacco stripe bouclé pillow covers. These are so high-end feeling, and I've bought these before in a black and cream. Stunning. They come in a lot of different colors, so if you really like these, check out all the colors. They're so high-end looking, but not high-end costing, and the reviews on them are really good as well. So these have a really cool texture on them, and texture is often what makes a neutral or a simple pillow look far more expensive than it actually is, because instead of like a one-dimensional thing, you've got some other stuff going on. This one is really high-end looking. I swear this looks like from a high-end store. These create a quiet foundation which gives us room to bring in richer color, coming here in just a second. But before, we're gonna bring in a little bit more of those orange tones, but this one is so romantic looking. I love it. And that is these velvet like ruffle pillows. Velvet is such an easy way to add that cozy luxury feeling for fall, but an inexpensive velvet can sometimes look shiny or thin in person. Now this is inexpensive, but it doesn't have that cheap feel, I promise you. I love the gathered ruffle on it. I think that this is such a fun look. Again, these all come in like multiple colors, but I really love this for fall. And I may like get some other colors for Christmas because this is a really adorable pillow cover. This is another product that has to pass the beautiful in a room, not merely beautiful in the listing test, and it did. Once the solid and textures were in place, I started trying some of the more decorative prints. So next up, we've got Moody Vintage Fall Floral Pillow Cover. This one might actually be my favorite pillow cover of like all of them because it subtly screams fall without relying on a single pumpkin or autumn leaf. It is the deeper, moodier color palette that does all of the work. The warm florals, the rich background, and the vintage inspired pattern, which looks like a painting, I might add, give that cozy autumn feeling, but still feels sophisticated enough to use beyond just a few weeks of the year. I love the jewel tones in it, and like I said at the beginning of the year, jewel tones are in, and so you're definitely seeing it in this pillow, and it's just stunning. And this is exactly what I mean when I say fall decor does not always have to be literal. Sometimes the most elevated seasonal pieces simply capture the mood of the season. It brings in warmth, depth, and personality into the family room while making the space feel collected rather than decorated. And because this pillow already carries so much character, I wanted to balance it out with some other pieces that would still let this be the star but not make it feel so like unbalanced or like balanced heavy on one side. So I did add some other fall themed ones that you'll see in just a second. But first, I have to share, this might be like the best like buy of the episode. This burnt orange chenille like embroidered pumpkin pillow cover. It's $7.99 for this pillow cover, and it is really high-end looking. So this is probably the best buy of all of them. I love this, and it's classy, and it's like subtle, but like definitely fall themed. It does bring back in that pumpkin motif, but because the design is worked into the texture rather than the print across the front, it has the potential to feel a little bit more subtle. Okay, so the next two are much bolder, and they definitely are for someone who wants that fall look, fall pattern to be part of the personality of the room. And so I'm gonna show you two that I went back and forth that I wanted to pair with that moody floral pillow. It definitely needed something with a dark background as well, and I could not decide, but I ended up with this first one. You'll have to tell me if I made the wrong choice or not, because I still do have the other ones. This print leans a little bit more traditional and nostalgic, which can be beautiful, but with a detailed seasonal print, the quality of the image matters enormously. And so this is on like a canvas type of fabric, and so this doesn't have like the velvety feel of our floral one, but I liked the color combination with it, so I kind of went in this direction. However, again, I'm going to show you another one because the next one is the most whimsical pillow cover of the entire group. That is this one, and this one had pumpkins on it and like acorns and things like that, and it had a velvet finish. These combine a dark background, fall leaves, pumpkins, and a velvet finish, so there's quite a lot happening in just one pillow. And I was like, is this too bold? Is this too overstimulating? The question is whether it feels rich and dramatic or visually overwhelming, and you'll have to let me know on this one. I really love it. It's very bold, and I didn't know if it competed with my floral one that I loved so much, so that's kind of why I leaned more towards the other one, but I don't know, you tell me if I made the right call or not. Okay, so looking at all of these together, my biggest takeaway is that the most elevated fall combinations usually mix categories. A solid, a texture, and a pattern will generally feel more intentional than filling the sofa with 6 different pumpkin prints. Our next category is fall florals and vases. So we're gonna move into that. And we're gonna start with this Rusty Quince fall leaf stems. I think you get 4 stems for like $14.99. Now, artificial fall stems can be tricky because the colors are beautiful online, but once they arrive, the leaves can sometimes feel a little thin or shiny or overly uniform. This one I'm still kind of on the fence with. I keep trying to find the right spot and then I keep moving it and finding something better for the spot that I originally had it in. So I think it has 4.1 star reviews because it is nice, but I think everybody must be feeling that little something of like, can't quite find the right spot for it. So that's why I'm on the fence with that one. So you'll have to take a look at it and see what you think. Next up, if the rust stems are more traditional fall option, these dried look green hydrangeas are a quieter, more timeless option. I love these ones. I love them. I've seen the ones at Pottery Barn, like the green hydrangeas there. These are like the same quality. These are so nice. They are so nice, in fact, that the green color is actually out of stock right now. I'm hoping that it will come back in, and I'll also try to scour and see if I can find one. Sometimes they have multiple listings and maybe I can find them again, but the ones that I actually bought through the actual retailer are sold out right now, but they do have it an orange color that is beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, if you want some orange hydrangeas, I'm sure that they are going to be stunning, but I love the green one, and I think it's just kind of a little bit unexpected, and so I'm hoping it comes back in stock. And this is like a perfect reason why, if you see something on this episode that you really love, buy it as soon as possible, because things they do, like especially like seasonal items, once they sell out, a lot of times they don't get it back in. I do have a feeling like the green might be one that they bring back, but yeah, if you see something, grab it. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this episode so early, is so that you can get what you want. These green hydrangeas are such a good reminder that fall color does not have to mean orange. Muted green, brown, plum, amber, and faded floral tones can feel just as seasonal and oftentimes a little bit more sophisticated. Okay, so next to the green hydrangeas, you probably noticed the kind of plum toned leaf sprays, and I really like these ones. These were the moodiest stems I ordered, and I wanted to see whether that deep plum color would look beautifully dramatic or just simply too dark, and I love it. And I actually, if you notice in the background, I have one of my fall digital prints again, really coordinates and matches with these leaves, and so I love this overall look. It's different for what I normally do, and I love it, and I think it's perfect here. Next up, I have a tortoise shell base for you. Now, amberglass is one of those materials that instantly feels warm and seasonal, especially with like the tortoise shell, which kind of reminds me of leopard print, cheetah print, which you obviously know that I love. But this is the type of glass that you can use it in any season. You can use it in Christmas, any time of year. This is gonna be awesome. I love this vase, and if you watched my thrift flip one, you know I broke a vase that I loved, and I'm so upset about that still because it was such a pretty vase. Still traumatized over it, but we'll make do with these ones. I have an idea where I'm gonna put these. I have not found the right like foliage for them yet. So I'm gonna keep my eyes open as I'm shopping, find just the right thing to put in them, and then you might see it in a future episode. So we are already well on our way to finding out whether Amazon can create an elevated fall home, and so far there have been some very pleasant surprises. So while I attempt to justify the number of pillow covers and faux fall stems currently taking over my house, would you take 1 second to give this video a thumbs up? And if you enjoy decorating ideas that help your home look high-end without spending high-end prices, make sure you're subscribed. We would love to have you as a part of our Design to the Nines family. Now, let's make the house smell like fall too. Okay, so we have added fall through color, texture, pattern, and florals, but scent can completely change the experience of a room. Now, I bought this essential oils several years ago, like long enough ago that I think the packaging has changed, but this set includes different autumn-inspired fragrances, and they make your house smell amazing. Now, I have like a ton of fall hacks for you, and I will link those below if you're interested in checking them out. I originally got these essential oils for those those episodes. In fact, I created a fall scented cleaning spray, which I'm actually currently using right now. It smells amazing, makes my kitchen smell like fall already. Love it. And then I was thinking you could also put these in like a diffuser and have it diffuse in your home without burning a candle. So there's so many ways to use these amazing fall scents, and I love them. They're awesome because the goal is not simply to make the house look seasonal. It is to create that warm, comforting feeling we associate with coming home in the fall. And now that the house looks and smells like fall, let's move to the kitchen and the dining room area. We're gonna start with some towels. These are technically versatile enough for the kitchen or the bathroom, and I liked that they add seasonal detail without requiring an entire room makeover. So I love these. Like, the only thing is that they do feel like a little skinny. Like, towels feel like, I feel like they should be wider. The length is good, but I love the texture on these. So how cute is that, right? Look at that, that's so adorable. The pumpkins, and then I also got it in a green leaf. You can use these, like I said, in the kitchen or the bathroom, and they are so cute. I think it comes with 2 towels for like $14, and I love these. I think that, yes, they are a little bit narrow, but I think that's okay. Next up, we're gonna move to the dining table. Have you ever seen a more Natalie placemat ever? These may not look like an obvious fall purchase, but the leopard can function as almost a neutral in my humble opinion. I know it's kind of crazy, but I know. To me, it's like almost a neutral. And those warm caramel and black tones work beautifully with an autumn palette. But I can promise you, I will be using these placemats year round. I love them. And so we're gonna do a little quick tablescape with these. I'm gonna put down some black plates that I got from Walmart, as well as like, these are like a Dalmatian spot. I don't know, like another animal print. But then I got some really cute Harvest Sentiment napkins. Now, I originally got it in brown, but I thought it was a little bit too much with, it wasn't like the quite right look I was going for with the leopard print. So then I ended up getting them in a ivory color, which I loved so much more. And then we're gonna layer in with some little pumpkin pots that you could, it's just to kind of to make it all, we've got to season it for fall somehow. So between the napkins and the pumpkins, you can see that the leopard placemats act as a backdrop for the fall look, and then the beautiful napkins, I love them. Totally recommend them. They're gorgeous. They also come in green and orange as well. So I love the sentiment napkins. They add such a special touch to the table. I wanted to see whether the wording felt sweet or elevated or too novelty driven, and they are super classy. Okay, so now that we have our little table setting, we have these little place card holders of the gold pumpkin. Now, I didn't realize that it came in 2 sizes. I kind of just looked at the picture and ordered it, and I ended up with a small. They do have a medium size. So these pumpkin like place card holders felt a little bit small to me. The price is good, but I love this. So I think if I were to recommend, I would go with a little bit larger size. Super adorable though, and very, very sweet. And now it may feel a little bit early, but I feel like you could use this throughout the fall season. You're probably more likely to use it for Thanksgiving, but like I said, first come, first serve, and a lot of times they sell out of these things. So I wanted to include it in this episode. So now we're gonna go get into some splurge items. Okay, so we have this glass pumpkin drink dispenser. I love this. I bought this several years ago. I pull it out every fall. So adorable, especially if you could put like an orange colored punch in it. It's fun, but you don't have to, but you could do like an infused water with like some orange and like leaves to give it that fall theme. This is the kind of piece that is not merely decorative. It creates a moment, and that is often what makes seasonal decor feel memorable. Now, this, like I said, this was a little bit of a splurge piece, and I have seen similar things for a little bit better price at Hobby Lobby. I'll have to check to see if they have them again this year, that you can get like a very similar look there. So I might link both of those just if they do have those. Anyways, but I can endorse the one I got. It's really high quality, and I pull it out every year and love it. But there is one fall kitchen item that means far more to me than simply setting a pretty table. But before we get to that, we're gonna start with this white Staub pumpkin cocotte. Is that how it's pronounced? You guys will have to help me out. I call it a pumpkin pot. So I wanted to begin with a white version because it shows just a timeless pumpkin shaped piece that is a little bit more subtle. There's no getting around the fact that this is a definite splurge, like a total splurge. But even as pricey as these are, they have excellent reviews. Staub is such a like a well-known brand. This is like an heirloom piece. Now I love the white one, and it looks great year round in my china hutch, but the orange version is the one that really holds the story. This orange pumpkin pot is not simply another fall product to me. So story time. So my sister-in-law Jen and I, like a decade ago, went to this fall open house that we were invited to, and I saw this pot, and they were cooking some mulled cider in it, and I was obsessed. I had never seen anything like it. I was like, that is crazy. I just love it so much. And then I went home and looked at the price, and I was like, oh, it was expensive. And I was like, oh man, that's a lot of money. So I kind of was thinking on it. I hadn't decided no, but I was thinking on it. And in the meantime, my sister-in-law Jenna drew my name for Christmas. And I remember on Christmas morning, I opened up the gift from her and I saw this. And I like broke out into tears. Like I started bawling because I knew like how much it cost, and I knew how much I wanted it, and I was just so taken back that she had like sacrificed and bought it for me. So, and honestly, I love the orange one. Even like if I were to pick between the white and the orange, well, I mean, it depends. It looks like a pumpkin that you could cook in. I mean, come on. So every year this pumpkin pot goes out on my stove, and that's where I store it all through the season, and I cook in it, and I boil the mulled cider just like we had at that party, and it just means so much. And every time I look at it, I think of my sister-in-law and the beautiful gift that she gave me. And this definitely will be something that I hand down to my kids, and that's the kind of quality it is as well. And that is why I always say the most meaningful pieces in our homes are not necessarily the newest, trendiest, or even the most practical. They are the things that carry a memory, mark a season, or remind us of someone we love. Okay, now I also know the Staub price is going to be outside most people's budgets, and it is a bit harder to track down on Amazon at a decent price anyway. So I found a much more affordable pumpkin pot with strong customer reviews. Now, I have not personally purchased or tested this one out, so I cannot give you my full recommendation in the same way that I can with this Staub. But for someone who loves the pumpkin shape and wants a similar seasonal look for less, it may be worth reading through the reviews and product details and maybe checking this one out. That really captures the heart of this entire episode. Sometimes the splurge is worth it, and sometimes finding an affordable alternative is the better choice. And sometimes the listing photo does not always tell the truth at all as well, which brings us to the product I promised to tell you about, a definite skip. Okay, these artificial figs had a 4.7 star rating and looked rich, realistically, and almost old world in the listing photo. What arrived was not that. They were much smaller than I expected. They had a very plastic looking finish, and they did not even have stems. I returned them so quickly that I completely forgot to film them, which may be the most honest review that I could possibly give. This is why strong reviews are useful, but they are not always a guarantee, especially with decor where scale, texture, finish, and the color matter so much. So these for me were unquestionably my biggest skip. Overall, I do think Amazon can help you create a warm and elevated fall home, but the winning pieces were the ones that added rich texture, beautiful color, or real function without looking overly novelty driven. Our homes do not have to be perfect, expensive, or completely transformed overnight to feel beautiful. A few thoughtful choices can change the way a room feels, and sometimes creating a home that you love is simply about trusting your own eye and giving yourself permission to make it personal. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, here's another one that I think you'll like as well. And in the meantime, I just want to remind you that you are powerful. We'll see you next time. Bye.